A little while ago, I did a 5-car shootout with 5 budget on-road cars, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So today we've got a 3-car shootout, and as you can see, we've got a HPI, a Traxxas, and an Arrma. And sticking with budget stuff, I've gone for 2-wheel drive monster trucks. So we got the HPI Jumpshot MT, the Arrma Gorgon, and then everyone's favourite, the Traxxas Stampede. All 3 of them are brushed, all 3 of them are 2-wheel drive, and all 3 of them cost me less than £200 in the UK, and I'll just put there what that is in dollars. And just like the last video, we're going to score them on price, looks, oh hang on, can't forget my pointer, it's not been out for a while I don't think.
That's what she said!
Price, looks, speed, performance, quality, spares, and value for money. We're going to total them up, and the one with the lowest score wins. I think that confused a few people on the last video. It's the lowest score. If it comes first, it gets 1 point. If it comes second, it gets 2 points. If it comes third, it gets 3 points. So the lowest score is the best one. So first one is a nice easy one to do, and that is price. Any guesses which is the most expensive? So Traxxas fans out there might notice that this is the slightly older style. They just brought out a new, well, they brought out 2 in the last 12 months, I think. One that's got LEDs on it. They've just brought out one that's got a USB-C charger. Anyway, this is the slightly older one, which means it's on sale in the UK, and I managed to get this for £199. Before we go any further on prices, this is the UK price. I will put dollar amount there, and I know you can get them cheaper in places in the US. This is the UK price, and it includes tax. £199. Now the Gorgon has a battery and charger included, whereas these two don't. I don't think that does. So the Gorgon price for one without the battery and charger is £154. And then in first place, the HPI Jumpshot, £139. I don't know what this was priced at maybe 18 months ago. I know they had a reshuffle and adjusted their prices, but that is a great price. First place. Full price in the UK for the 2-wheel drive Stampede is £229, I think, so it would have just taken it over my £200 budget. The reason I've done 3 this time, I know I probably could have found another 2 2-wheel drive monster trucks. I know Team Corrali do one, Maverick, although Maverick's part of HPI, but probably could have found 5. The reason I've done 3, it's a little bit quicker for me to do 3. 5 is quite a bit of work to do all of that for 5, especially like the performance and speed and stuff. 3 keeps it a little bit more snappy for the video, and also with the scoring system, when I did 1 to 5, the difference between like first and last was a big number, so I think it kind of skewed it maybe a little bit. I think 3 is a better number to do these shootouts. Right, let's get them all out of the box and line them up so we can have a good look at them. The Gorgons have been out of stock for ages in the UK. I don't know what it's like for the rest of the world. I wanted to get a brand new one for this shootout, but I couldn't. So it is a used one, but this one only had 1 run, so it's not been trashed. Anyway, here they all are out the box. So the next category is looks, and I let you guys decide this one. I put a community post up with a poll on what was the best looking, and we do have a clear winner, which is the Gorgon. I was going to leave it 24 hours, but it's close enough. 48% for the Gorgon, 38% for the Jumpshot, and only 14% for the Stampede. No one really likes the Stampede. I mean, it's an old platform, so back in the 90s when it was first released, it was probably quite cool, but yeah, it's still the same old Stampede. Now, I obviously can't vote on my own poll. Well, I don't think you can anyway. And I'd have probably gone for the Gorgon as well. I mean, the Gorgon does look a bit more toyish, but I do like the look of the van with the graphics on it. Close call with the Jumpshot though, that does look nice. Basic kind of looking pickup, but I think I agree with you guys. First, second, third. I can hear all the Traxxas fans now. I mean, this one was voted by you guys. Right, all ready for a bit of speed. All of them are running exactly the same LiPo, 3300 35C. That's a 2-cell. Now that one, the ESC is rated to 3-cell. Traxxas won't run 3, and I'm pretty sure the Gorgon doesn't run 3 either. I might have to double check, but that's the only ESC that's rated at 3S, but we're doing this speed run 2S only. I'll be doing a full review of this one on my second channel, and you will see a 3-cell speed run on this as well. I've already done a review of that on this channel, and I'm not really interested in doing a review on the 2-wheel drive Stampede, but I have got one on the brand new brushless 4-wheel drive. Right then, see who's the fastest. So let's start with the Gorgon. I kind of know what this is going to do because I've already obviously reviewed it. And it's pretty quick, I think 18 or 19 mile an hour. It is very cold today, it's like 3 degrees C. So whatever the speeds we get today, you can expect, you know, maybe 2 mile an hour more on a nice day, or with a better battery on a nice warm day, a little bit more. Give it a few runs up and down, get a bit of heat into the battery. We'll do the same on all of them. This is the only one that I have to drive one-handed because I can't clip my camera onto it. And brake check, 2-wheel drive. No brakes. Well, it has got brakes, but wheelie check. It's got the GPS on the front, a little bit of weight, but oh yeah, wheelie check, nice. Right, I think it was, yeah, 18 or 19 from what I remember. What? 24? I don't remember it being 24. I'll have to go and check now. That is good. I wasn't paying attention, but you can tell it is actually, yeah, over 20 mile an hour. Wow, 24. I think we got a winner already. So the Stampede is the only one I think that comes with an optional speed pinion. So it's got the stock pinion at the moment. It says 30 mile an hour on the box, and I believe it's pretty close to that with that speed pinion, but all these speeds are going to be done straight out of the box, and the higher pinion is only recommended for this kind of surface. So I mean, this is a monster truck, so you're not going to be just driving it up and down a road like this, are you? That doesn't look too bad. I think that's over 20 mile an hour. Looks faster than the Rustler and Bandit. It's probably them bigger wheels, although it is geared a little bit lower. The little leaflet in the box shows you the different gearing for all of them. Yeah, wheelie check. There we go. Wow, you got that motor at the back. It, that wheel is really easy. Stampede brake check, 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm not sure it's as fast as the Gorgon, but I think it was over 20 mile an hour. Whoa, exactly the same. What? 24 and 24. Wow, there we go. That's interesting. Wonder what the HPI can do. Right, so stock out the box, and like I said, this will run, oh, yeah, this isn't going to do 24. This will run 3S. Does that steering dual rate need sorting? Dual rate was right down, yeah. That's actually not great on 2-cell. That's going to be like 17 or 18 mile an hour. That's a big difference between this and the other two, isn't it? Wheelie check. Oh, a little bit. Just about gets them wheels up. Right, 2-cell. Oh, 16. That's a poor effort, that. 16, wow. So with the Gorgon and the Stampede getting exactly the same speed, I'm going to make an executive decision. Hopefully you all agree with me, but let's put the HPI up first, which was, well, yeah, not a great speed. So that was last. I'm going to put the Arrma second, bear with me. And I'm putting the Traxxas first. And the reason I'm putting the Traxxas first is, it was the same speed as the Arrma, but you also get a speed pinion in the box, so you can go even faster if you want. 24 mile an hour on a cold day, the stock pinion, you're definitely going to see 30 plus on a warm day with the optional ones. So first, second, third. Right, let's go and give these a little rip around on some dirt. So I thought it might be a better idea to do the quality side of things before we take them out and get them like dirty and potentially break them. So we'll start with the Stampede. An old design, but Traxxas aren't known for bad quality on their plastics and stuff. So you've got nothing to worry about. XL5 is definitely their low end stuff. So you've got crosshead hardware all over. That's a plastic geared servo. It does come with oil shocks, but you can just see in there that is a brass bushing, so no bearings on this either. Adjustable toe, but nothing else is adjustable on this. Plastic drive shafts. Tyres feel nice. They've got foams in there and they're quite a nice compound. The wheels are an old design of theirs, but again, don't look that bad. Titan 12T has been around for a long time, so again, it's an okay motor, nothing wrong with it. Quality wise, they say you get what you pay for, and with Traxxas you always pay a little bit more than you do with other brands, and you often get a little bit less, but it is what it is. Printed body rather than painted. I think they're relatively durable. I've got a rustler up here and that's taken a bit of a kick in and it's not broke. Next is the Gorgon, and again, Arrma's quality with plastics and stuff is usually okay. I know there was a spate with a Kraton 8S where the rear arms were just completely shattering, but Arrma are not usually known for poor quality. This one has hex hardware. Again, a basic design very similar to the Stampede. The bodies on these do have an issue with splitting. Nothing really to write home about under here. Basic 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. Gonna have to check to see if that's plastic or metal geared servo. Very basic, but does have oil shocks, the same as the Traxxas. Brushed motor, plastic gears in there. I think that's got plastic gears as well. Nothing adjustable. Plastic drive shafts. No foams in these tyres, but I don't think it's because they were cheaping out. I just think Arrma knew that they'd perform really well without them. They're really soft. They dig in when you're turning. So I don't think there's any issues with no foams in there. And yeah, again, nothing really more to say about it. And then finally the Jumpshot. The body on this, out of all of them, no, I don't know actually. It felt quite thin, but it's very similar to the Traxxas one. But I've not had enough experience with these HPI bodies to know whether it's going to be trashed or not, but we might find that out during this video. Different design to the Traxxas and the Arrma. This has got the vertical plate chassis, so nice bit of alloy on there. Everything encased in there. It's got like a Hobbywing OEM ESC. Again, I'm going to have to check to see if that's a metal geared servo, but you've got your servo up front. Oil-filled adjustable shocks. It's the only one out of the three that's got properly adjustable. Obviously you can put like clips on, like collars, but this has got fully adjustable oil-filled shocks. It's also got metal gears in the gearbox. It's also got metal drive shafts. Oh, I forgot to mention, this does have bearings. This has got bearings all round as well. Nice compound on the tyres with foams. And I think overall the HPI is the top one when we're talking about quality. It's the only one that's got a metal chassis. It's got that Hobbywing ESC that will take 3S. These two won't. Metal gears, metal drive shafts, bearings all round. I mean, it's hard to argue that it's not. The quality of like the physical stuff, the plastics is all good. They've both got oil shocks, but I think what's going to put the Traxxas at the bottom, it's got crosshead cheaper hardware and it hasn't got bearings. This has got hex hardware and it's got bearings, and I know that's only a small thing, but we've got to pick one or the other, haven't we? So third, second, first on quality. So that's a win for the HPI on quality. And then Arrma was second, and then Traxxas coming in last. Right, now let's go and do the exciting bit and do the performance. So the HPI, as expected, just didn't really perform all that great on this surface, and the main reason is just its lack of speed. I mean, it does jump a little, but it was just a little bit underwhelming. So I cheated and put a 3S through it in some of these shots. I did notice on 3S the tyres don't really bite into this surface much. More on this on the review on the second channel. Now the Stampede. So this was a nice surprise. This thing hooks up well on this loose dirt and gravel. It's got plenty of speed out of the box for some really good jumps. The only thing that lets it down a bit for overall performance is that rear motor setup. It does get a little bit of light on the front end, so it's not as direct as it could be. The tyres really do like this surface though, so they do dig in, they've got plenty of grip, but as soon as you accelerate, it lifts that front and you get a ton of understeer. I did also find it like to roll over a little bit on some of the more awkward jumps. The suspension could be a little bit softer, which would help with that, which brings me on to the Gorgon. Tyres don't seem to have quite as much bite as the Stampede ones do, but that motor being in front of the rear drive really gives this thing some good stability, and it seems to rip for a brush truck. I know it's the same speed as the Stampede, but on this surface it just seems to be a little bit quicker. Along with that better stability of that motor position, the softer suspension really helps. Hardly any rollovers from this, it just dug in and went. Definitely out of the three, this was the most fun and the easiest to drive and jump and, well, rip. I had loads of fun at this track. I ran 2 packs through the Gorgon and the Stampede. I only ran 1 pack through the HPI because it was pretty clear it was not going to cut it on this big track. Well, third is pretty easy. Purely just down to lack of speed. And like you saw, I did run it on 3S and it performed similarly to the Stampede. And that's because it's got that rear motor there, so it was quite light on the front. Tyres don't hook up quite as well as the Stampede. So even if it did have the speed, I don't think it would have done any better than third. Second, Stampede. It was good fun, plenty of power, jumps well. It just suffered a bit with that front lifting, and it did have a tendency to roll over a bit more than the Gorgon. No question that the Gorgon was the best for performance, especially on that track. And even though the tyres didn't quite dig in as much as the Traxxas ones, it did handle really well. Like I said, that motor being further forward, the softer suspension, it was just, I don't want to say night and day compared to that, because it wasn't, but it was a definite winner. Although I haven't got durability on my list, we are going to the skate park now. I'm going to run a single pack through them, and what we'll do is we'll kind of maybe adjust them, or we'll maybe add a little bonus score there for the skate park. I have got a confession to make about this first. During that 3S run, I've got more footage of that in the review video, like I've said will be on the other channel, but on that 3S run, after a few jumps, the motor moved, the same as what happened on my Flux version, and the same what happened on both my Gorgons and every other Gorgon video I've watched. And although it started making a noise, I did do a couple more jumps, and unfortunately I completely stripped the spur. And being that it's not the fastest thing in the world, I have actually upped the pinion to the 23 tooth off of the Flux version. So I've got a new spur, and I've gone up 6 teeth on the pinion just to give it a little bit extra speed at the skate park. But don't panic, it's not going to change its scores there. I've purely done it to give it a little bit of extra speed so we can test out that durability. If you want to win the 3 trucks that are featured in this video, there is a link in the description to the prize competition with more information. These are the actual ones on the video. Anything that needs replacing, I will replace. And I'm also throwing in a brand new Arrma Grom, a brand new MJX Hypergo, and a brand new HPX Ravage. 3 of the toughest mini bashers you can buy. So if you want to win all of this, there's a link in the description with more information. So single pack through all of them. Or, well, if they break, whichever comes first. And we'll start with the HPI. A little bit quicker now. Whoa. Still not super fast. Should get a good jump out of it, though. Whoa. I forgot you don't have as much air control with 2-wheel drive. So the spur gear on this isn't perfect from the Flux. I did also have issues with that. Well, that should be okay. Oh, no control in the air with these. Just not enough wheel speed. Anyway, see how long it lasts. So full pack from the HPI. Oh, this one's got a lot more juice. Well, HPI is still not really fast enough to cause any serious damage. This thing seems much faster. Oh, a little bit of air control with the Gorgon. Oh, nice. I could do this all day. Whoa. Full pack. What an absolute beast. Coming on Stampede, you got to work hard to beat that Gorgon. That was an epic run. Oh, the sun's come out for you. It was out for the HPI, went in for the Gorgon, and now it's come back out for you. It's favouritism. Oh, that went up. That extra speed definitely helps with these things. The HPI, even with that pinion, was just not... Whoa! Uh-oh. Just not... That doesn't look good. Oh, we broke it. Servo horn. Oh, did we break it? Let's do a quick fix just so we can run the pack through it. Well, we definitely broke it, but I've done a bit of a fix. It's probably going to keep coming off, and it's going in one direction, but we're going to run this pack through anyway. Let's get some big jumps in before it completely breaks. Oh no, it doesn't steer very well. Ooh. I don't think that was a big hit either. I have to check the footage back, but it was an awkward one, obviously. It's not got as much air control as the Gorgon, and that'll be purely down to the motor position being right at the back. Right, this is too hard to drive. That's going to be a full pack. It's going to survive a full pack for sure. Wow. Not driving it like that, it's not. So no change for me really. The HPI again, just even with that pinion change, lacking a bit of speed. Also the run time on the HPI was way less than the others, so I don't know if it was just that extra heat from the extra gearing drained the battery quicker, but there's no point adding any more on here because I'd have kept it the same. So two-wheel drive monster trucks, not really designed for the skate park. However, the Gorgon is just completely different to the others. It just handles completely different. And I've mentioned it a few times, it's that motor position. It just makes it way nicer to drive. So all that's left now is spares and value for money. So spares, on the last video I just made up 2 random spares, searched them and then checked, but as we broke the steering servo on the Traxxas and I stripped a spur gear on the HPI, I've checked for spares for all of them, for a spur gear and a servo saver, excuse my scribbling. Servo saver in stock, spur gear in stock for the Traxxas, so no worries with that. HPI, servo saver in stock for the HPI, but the spur gear for that is supplier stock, which doesn't mean it's out of stock, it just means they order it in for you. So no issues really with that. And then we get on to the Gorgon. Servo saver, out of stock, and the spur gear is in stock. Everything was in stock last time I did this, so I had to go to half scores, whereas we don't today. Arrma coming in last, whoa, that's a big 3. Then HPI, and then Traxxas. Final round, value for money. So we start the Stampede, you're getting a good solid 2-wheel drive monster truck, decent quality, decent spare support. You do get a load of stuff with it, but it is a little bit dated. You're getting this horrible thing that I didn't really talk about, but just an old platform. It works, it's fine, but you're also paying that premium for the Traxxas name. And I don't think it holds a massive amount of value for money. Even though it is a decent truck. The Gorgon, you're getting a really nice solid truck again, good quality, tough as nails, really nice setup out the box, drives really well. It's definitely the one I had the most fun with in this video. Also getting a bag of bits and pieces. This one actually came with a battery and charger, and it's still less than the Stampede, but it's even cheaper if you buy one without a battery and charger. The Gorgon definitely offers a decent amount of value for your money. I'm going to throw a little curveball in now. The HPI Jumpshot MT, for the money, what a great truck for beginners or for kids getting into the hobby. All the same stuff as the brushless one, so you can throw a cheap brushless in if you wanted to. Again, a few bits and pieces in the box. Even though it's a bit big and clunky, it's probably the best controller out of the bunch. Good quality materials. We didn't get to really sort of try it out for its durability and performance because it isn't that fast. And this is where the curveball comes in. At $139.99, very good value for money, but the Flux version, this is the Jumpshot SC, so it's a slightly longer wheelbase, slightly lower and sleeker design, but you can get a Flux, you can get an MT Flux as well. This comes in within that under 200 budget. It's £189 in the UK. It's got the same brushless system as the WR8 from HPI. It will do 50 mile an hour on 3S. And it's under 200. The reason I didn't put it in this shootout is because on the last one I had one brushless car and the rest were brushed, and there was a few people thought it wasn't quite fair. So in this one I've done them all brushed. If I put this in, I think it probably would have won on looks. It definitely would have won on speed. It was probably going to win on performance, quality and value for money. So I kept it fair. Anyway, so value for money. The Traxxas, I don't think the Stampede offers value for money. And it's between these two. Now, I think out the two, the Arrma probably offers a little... Oh, whoa. Gonna do that wrong then. I think the Arrma offers a little bit more value for money than the HPI. However, if that was the Flux, that would definitely offer better value for money. But it isn't in this one, so it doesn't get that top spot. Right, I've not added these up yet. This looks like it's gonna be pretty close. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. And then I think this is going to win in it. 2, 4, 6, 9, 12. There we go. That was close, wasn't it? So there we go. We have a winner, the Arrma Gorgon. I think it is a deserved winner. It offers good value for money and it's loads of fun. Remember guys, link in the description if you want a chance of winning all of this.